Hello everyone, welcome to today's session, that is Python syntax and indentation rules. If you have coded in another language before, such as Java, C++, JavaScript, you are used to curly braces, telling the computer where a block of code starts and ends. Python doesn't use those at all. Instead, Python uses something that feels strange at first: white space, spacing, indentation. And here's the important part. In Python, indentation isn't just a style choice for making code look neat. It's part of the actual syntax. Get it wrong and your program won't run. So, in this video, you're going to learn exactly how Python's indentation rules work. Yeah. So, you're going to learn how Python's indentation rules work, and second, how colons and blocks fit together, and we are going to deliberately break a program so you can see and understand one of the most common errors every Python beginner runs into, that is the indentation error. Indentation error. So let's get into it. The topics we are going to discuss are white spaces, colons and blocks, indentation error, and then I'm going to also show in the middle of every section the live demo. But first, let's start with white space. Now, in most programming languages, the computer doesn't care how you code, how your code is spaced out. You could write everything on one line or space it out like a poem. Python does it differently. Python uses indentation, spaces, or tabs at the beginning of a line to define what code belongs inside a block. Let me show you exactly what that means with real code. Let me open a VS Code over here. Okay. Now I'm going to create a Python file, which is white spaces, white space underscore demo dot py. Okay. Now let me write code so that you can understand. If true, print the line is indented correctly. Print so is this one. Now notice both print lines are indented exactly four spaces. Are indented for exactly four spaces. Yeah, wait. One, two, three, four. Four spaces. Okay, four spaces. So both print lines are indented exactly four spaces under the F. Python reads this as both lines belongs together inside this block. Okay, now let's run this file. Okay, Python white space underscore demo dot py. Okay, now see the output. The line is indented correctly. So is this one. Now both lines print, as you can see the output. Now watch what happens if I make the indentation inconsistent. Say 4 spaces on one line and 2 on the next. Over here, 1, 2. Okay, 1, true. Now the second line only has 2 spaces instead of 4. Now let's try to run this. Python white space underscore demo dot py. Okay, now see over here. Indentation error unindent does not match any outer indentation level. So here's the error. For now, just remember the rule. Once you start indenting, sorry about that. Once you start indenting at a certain number of spaces, every line in that block must match exactly. So let's fix it back. Again, 2, 4, and 4. Save it. Left, save it, or press Ctrl S. Let's run it all over again. Yeah, bingo. It is giving us the correct output and no indentation error. Okay, right. So this is the core idea of white space in Python. It is not decoration, it's structure. Okay, now let's get back to our next topic, next section over here, that is colon plus blocks. Now, these colons and blocks, I mean to say, if we talk about colons and indentation, they work as a team in Python. If you go back to code, colon over here and the indentation. Okay, colon and indentation. Okay, this works as a team in Python. Anytime you write a line that starts a new block, an if statement, a for loop, a function, that line ends with a colon. Now, this colon over here is Python's way of saying what comes next is a new block and it needs to be indented. Let me show you a few examples. Okay, let's start with this first. If condition. If age is greater than equal to 18, print you are an adult. Okay. Here, if age is greater than equal to 18 ends with a colon, everything indented underneath it. In this case, just one line. That indented code only runs if the condition is true. Okay. Now, the second example. For loop. For I in range 5. Print I. Okay. Same pattern with a for loop. Same pattern with a for loop. The colon signals block coming next. And the indented line underneath is what repeats. Now, another example, the function, def function, greet name, print f hello name. Okay. And the same with a function, colon, then an indented block underneath. That indented code is the function's body, the actual instructions it runs when called. Notice the pattern repeating in all three. Notice the pattern repeating in all three. Okay. Yeah. Notice the pattern. Okay. Statement, colon, indented, block. Now let me show you a demo of correct indentation. Okay. In a proper way, in a separate file. Let's create another file, Python file, check underscore age dot py. Okay. If age greater than, no, wait. Age, suppose age is equal to 20. If age greater than equal to 18. Okay. Print you are an adult. Print you can vote. Suppose let's take this only. Else print you, yeah, you're not an adult. Right. You are not an adult. Okay. Now let's walk through you what I just typed. Let's walk through you. First, I set a variable age equal to 20. Okay. Then if age is greater than equal to 18, colon, that opens our block. Both print lines underneath are, means both printed lines underneath are indented exactly 4 spaces. So they both belong to the if block. Then else, colon, that opens a second block, also indented 4 spaces. Sorry about that. Also indented 4 spaces. Let's save this. Press Ctrl S or go over here, click File and save. Okay. Let's run this one. Let me clear the screen with CLS command and let me write Python check underscore age dot py. Okay. So you are an adult and you can vote. Okay. So both lines printed. You are an adult and you can vote. Because age is 20, which is greater than or equal to 18, Python ran everything inside the if block and skipped the else block entirely. This is the indentation working exactly the way it is supposed to. Now, let's dive into the next topic over here, that is indentation errors. Okay, now here where it gets really useful, and I am going to break this on purpose because I want you to see exactly what happens. So when this happens to you by accident, you're not confused or panicked. You will know exactly what's going on. Okay, let's go back to the screen and edit this. Okay, I'll take 2 spaces over here. Okay, now watch this carefully. What I have done, let me do that again for you. Just watch this carefully. One, two. I just removed the indentation from this second print line. Okay, let's save this and try to run it. Let's save this and try to run it. Let me clear the screen. Let me run this file. Okay, now this is the actual error, and you can again see indentation. Unindent does not match any outer indentation level. So, yeah, so this is the error. Now, this Python error message actually trying to help you. You know, this error is trying to help you, not, it is not just scaring you. Okay, this first line tells you the file and the exact line number Second, it shows you the actual line of code that caused the problem. Print you can vote. Okay, okay, with this little arrow pointing at it. Third, the actual message. This actual message, right? The unindent does not match any outer indentation level. That means Python opened a block with if age greater than equal to 18 and expected the next line to be indented, but it wasn't. So this is the single most common error beginners hit when starting Python. And now you know exactly what it means and exactly where to look. Let's fix it. Let's fix it. Let me save this again by pressing Ctrl S and let me run this file again. Okay, bingo. It is working like a magic. So I just re-indented the line back to 4 spaces. Okay, and run this file again. Ran this file again. Sorry about that. So that's the complete loop. You write a code, get an error, read the error instead of panicking. Okay, this is what real programming looks like. Even experienced developers see errors like this constantly. Okay, anything else? I've shown you the live demo. I've shown you the indentation error, colons, blocks, white spaces. Okay, okay. So let's lock in what you have learned today. Rule one. Rule one. Python uses indentation, not curly braces, to define blocks of code. Rule number two. Indentation must be consistent. Same number of spaces for every line in the same block. And standard practice is 4 spaces. Rule 3. Any line that opens a new block, that is if, for, or a function, ends with a colon, and the next line must be indented. And now, when you see indentation error, expected an indented block, you won't panic. Or this error, an indent does not match any outer indentation level. You do not panic. You will know exactly what Python is telling you and exactly how to fix it. So now your action step is open up this same file, that is check underscore age.py that I built, that I've built. Change the age variable to a number under 18, save it and run it. Watch the else block run instead. Okay. Then just for practice, break the indentation again on purpose. Read the error and fix it yourself. Once you have done that, you have officially learned one of the most important rules in all of Python. And in the next video, I'll be going deeper. So, see you there and happy learning. Happy learning. Bye. Take care.